Hey guys, today on T-Paw's Garden, we make the salsa. Having a little bit of a snow day today. As y'all see, I'll show you some pictures. So down here in Texas, we finally got some winter. A little snow, people off work, wife's off work, I'm off work today, kids out of school. What a better time than make some salsa. So check it out. We got some peppers from the garden we've had. Some of these look kind of rough, but they're gonna be great in our salsa. Cutting them up here, slice them up, got some little gloves. Anyway, these are, now these look a little rough, but these are some of our frozen tomatoes that we froze from this summer. So we'll get those going. We're gonna add some tomatoes, peppers, cilantro, all the good stuff. We're gonna make some Allie's homegrown dipping sauce right here, fresh from the garden. Yeah. So what we're gonna do here, guys, we're gonna get some of our peppers. We've been storing these in the fridge for a while, so they're not all the way fresh, but they're good. They're great for salsa. So what we're doing here, we're just kind of de-seeding them roughly. We're not trying to get all the seeds out. We want a few seeds, but we don't want all the seeds because some of these are really hot. But we're just going to do a coarse chop for the blender. Get them ready. We'll just keep seeding these tomatoes. These peppers, de-seeding them, and get them ready to add in for the next step. And Alicia's over there prepping the tomatoes. We'll get the tomatoes and the peppers ready, onions, garlic, cilantro, all the good stuff. Stay tuned. Oh, gloves. Gloves are pretty good. I usually don't wear them, but these suckers are hot. So little gloves maybe help some, especially when you're trying to film and do crazy things. One of the things that I've learned as I've continued to garden and realize is, you always hear people say, oh, I want to grow a salsa garden. And that's great. I think salsa garden is fun. I've tried it. I've done it many times. Problem is, you'll find that salsa garden don't always work out because none of those fruits ripen at the same time. So your harvest of your peppers is going to be different than your tomatoes. Peppers like it hot, and tomatoes start getting rough when it gets super hot. And cilantro obviously is a whole different thing. They hate it hot. They want it cool. I'm growing cilantro right now in January down here in South Texas. The other thing is onions. If you're growing onions and garlic, well, they're not going to be ready at the same time. So the idea of a salsa garden is good, but it's not always practical. It doesn't always work out like you think. What we got here is we got every kind of pepper we grew recently. I've got peppers out there right now. It's January 21st. So, in South Texas, our growing seasons are a little crazy. You can pretty much garden year round, except for like today, we're getting this nice little Arctic blast, this little cool front coming in. So it might hurt some of my peppers, definitely hurt my tomatoes, but we got them covered, and we'll see what we get on the other side. Cool thing about this is, so all these peppers, you'll see, we've got lots of them. So this is just every kind of pepper we grew in the garden, different varieties, and jalapenos, Anaheims, poblanos, you name it. And we just store them in the fridge, or you can cut them, seed them, and freeze them. We had a couple bags of frozen peppers, but these are fresh ones here. But you can freeze those peppers, and you can definitely freeze the tomatoes, which I showed you right there. Alicia's working on some frozen tomatoes. Right, Alicia? Say hi.
Hi.
So you can just freeze those. You cut them and core them, and I think I did a video on freezing our tomatoes, but they look kind of rough, but they make great sauce or great salsa, tomato sauce or salsa. They're perfect for it. They're frozen, they're soggy, you peel the skins right off, you get the juice, the pulp, and all the tomato, and you just roll with your blender and your sauce or whatever you're making, tomato sauce, or right now we're making salsa. So it's pretty cool that here it is January 21st, and we're gonna have freshest batch of salsa canned and ready, carry us through all the way into summer. So that's the advantage of South Texas also. But you can do this anywhere. I mean, you can take these could be frozen right out of the freezer, and we're just gonna chop them up and put them right in the blender. Same with the tomatoes. So anyway, just something to think about. Salsa garden, great idea, I love it. But don't always work out because none of that stuff is gonna produce and be able to harvest at the same time. So consider freezing and storing, being ready. All right, Lisa, what we got going here?
Peeling the tomatoes.
Peeling the tomatoes, getting the skins off. We parboil them a little bit, just so the skins pop and come right off. So here's our base. What we got in here?
Tomatoes, peppers, cilantro.
So this is our chopped up peppers, our tomatoes, all blended. Cilantro blended in here so far. We will, we're boiling some onions down just to soften them up a bit. We'll cut those up and blend those. Those will go in here. Garlic goes in here still. What else?
Lemon.
Lemon and lime, salt, some seasonings. So this is the process. We're getting started. Got our blender ready. Got everything going. So we're just gonna keep building this base. We'll get it up all the way full. We'll get the seasonings added, the garlic and all of this little tweaks. Make sure the cilantro is right. Make sure it's got enough heat. We can always add more peppers, more seeds, whatever we got. We're not going to give you every little special ingredient to Allie's homegrown dipping sauce, right? Nope, can't do it. But we can get you close. We can show you how to do the process, and you can make your own salsa. But there's a few things that go in here that we won't disclose at this time, but it's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. So here we go, continuing on. All right, guys, we got this warmed up. It's time to start filling the jars as we start our canning process. Got the water boiling for the jars so we can boil them up and seal them. It's a whole process, but this is what keeps the salsa good for a long time. Ain't that right, baby?
It is.
All right, so let's fill these jars and we'll check back in. All right, here we are. We got all of our lids on. Obviously, fill your jars, put your lids on, turn them tight, right? But not too tight.
Not too tight.
Not too tight, just tight enough. Then you put them in a water bath, bring them to a boil, and then boil them for 10 minutes, right? 10 minutes?
Yeah.
So you got to boil them for 10 minutes, and then they're sealed for life, for time and all eternity. Well, I don't know. They're sealed for a good while. We've had them, they don't last too long around here, but say they can last for a year. I don't know, probably longer once they're sealed. You just want to make sure you got a good seal, and you let them cool. Set them out and let them cool, and you got canned, sealed salsa. Can't beat it.